Radical.
Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey into the world of flea marketing. And the crazy busy weekend is finally over. I'm exhausted and I'm going to knock this out and be fresh tomorrow. What's the theme here we're going to go with? I'm going to say explaining simple things to people. There were two instances on this day where I had to explain simple things to people. Not anyone that's not nice. Nice people, in one instance, this would be customers and everything, but having patience is a part, I think, a very important part of being a flea market vendor. Having patience. Some people don't have a lot of patience. I will explain things to people. Well, there's three instances where I explain things to people. I'll go into the three, maybe in succession. There's this one guy to the right of me. Very, very nice fella. I could tell right away this was going to be one of the nicest fellas. Just the kind of guy that is going to watch your table if you got to go take a leak. Just a stand-up quality guy. You ever just run into some person like that and you're like, man, that is a go-to standard guy. The quality, just a great guy, So I talked to him for a while, and I said I have an issue hooking up a VCR. Yes, I brought a VCR to try to sell a stack of Disney VHS tapes. One, of course, being a Black Diamond Beauty and the Beast. So I was trying to see if I could, get the VCR set up so I could demo if somebody wanted to come by. And it wouldn't be somebody, I mean, I know it's kind of random. You're like, VHS tapes, who's gonna want that, And I would probably sell the VCR along with these Disney tapes. I was looking to get like maybe a bundle deal, maybe 50-60 for the lot of VHS tapes and the VCR and whatnot. But I forgot the cables. One of the few things I forgot, and I said, okay, well, I forgot the cables. Screw that idea. He has some cables, and I say, hey man, can I buy them cables from you for $1 or something, or borrow them or whatnot? He brings the cables over, very helpful. He's like, no, man, you can have these, friendly guy. But I'm not an e-beggar, so I don't accept. Well, I'm not a beggar, so I don't accept things. I don't accept things without returning in kind. I pay for things, or I pay like in a favor or something like that. Otherwise, it just kind of it gets to me. It bothers me. I don't know this guy. We're not friends. We're not close buddies. We're not pals. So no, that's it's breaking the rules there. I don't no. I don't do like that. I don't. It's some of you might say it's a hang up, but no, it's part of my core. Someone gives me something, I will give them something back. Equivalent exchange. It's one of the fundamentals I live by. Always have lived by. So anyways, he brings the cables over. I did give them back after they did not work. Okay, here's the thing. I know my cables. I know what's going to work and what's not going to work. But I've never tried running component cables, which is a video signal, splits up between red and blue and green. I never tried that to run audio video. But he assures me on VCRs, he's used those to run the signal. So I play along, and then the VCR does come on for like a second. I can see it on the screen, but then nothing. Like nothing. When you play the tape, when you put it in, nothing. I think I demoed Beauty and the Beast. I probably shouldn't have demoed that in this VCR because I haven't really tried out this VCR, so I don't want to eat in that tape of all things. But it did not work. It did not work, and I'm having to just like keep saying, well, maybe something's wrong with the VCR, because he didn't want to hear it for the answer. He's like, no, I've tried this before, and I didn't want to make the guy seem stupid by just like shutting him down, going like, you need the ones the color appropriates. You need the yellow. You need the white. That's what you need. But I'm not going to say that to the guy. I'm just going to play along like I don't know what to tell you. Maybe something's up with the TV. I'm just kind of grinning like, oh, I don't know. After that, there was an instance to where someone came back that had promised to buy a Blu-ray player from me. Now, the Blu-ray player was a Sony Blu-ray player. They rarely come with the remotes, but this one came with a remote. I think I might have paid $7 for it. And I was going to sell it for $10. Let me explain. I was going to sell this to $10 for this person that is there religiously every weekend to buy cheap Blu-rays and DVDs. She doesn't buy like a lot of expensive stuff, but this is going to be a customer for a long time. So I'm not even going to like lose money. I'm going to like lose some profit on that by selling her that. It is a gateway. And she remembers that's the guy that sold me a Blu-ray player. She had never seen a Blu-ray. She had never, and she has a sister that came by. I mean, they weren't terribly old, it seemed like, but they had never ever seen a quality of a Blu-ray. Never seen 1080p. And I gave her a demo of it, and she was blown away. She was blown away. So that's a sale right there. And she got, I think, one Blu-ray called Girls, Guns, and Gambling, I believe. And then another movie. This might offend some people, but I'm going to call it a black movie. And you might say, "What, Rick? What? You racist?" Like, no, I'm just saying it's a black movie. It's a movie predominantly with black people. It was about ballet, and I don't know. I mean, I didn't know ballet was like a black or white thing, but it was a dance movie. Maybe not ballet, but she doesn't always, but she sometimes will get the movies that have people of her own skin color. So it is what it is. It's just a fact, right? You know. I mean, I can't tell you if I went into a place and everyone, was not white on the covers, or I might say, hey, well, there's Adam Sandler, right? He's a white guy. I know he's white just like me. I'm going to get the Adam Sandler movie, right? I'm not going to get Set It Off. I'm not going to get Juice or, New Jack City. No. I'm going to get the Adam Sandler movie. If I did, I would get like Mr. Deeds or something like that. Speaking of, I sold Mr. Deeds for $1. Why did I sell Mr. Deeds for $1? Because scratches on the disc. I factor that in. People ask me, they're like, hey, how do you factor in all these prices? Well, you got your sealed DVDs. Well, I could be a separate upload talking about to some of you aspiring flea market vendors how to set your prices on the different disc. So, yeah, she got that. Her son was interested in maybe everyone's interested. Everyone was interested in the Xbox Series S. They looked at it, but you can kind of tell some people really didn't have any money for it, but it's okay. They can window shop and whatnot. I ain't letting that thing go under $225. I'm not. I set the price. Even though I paid $120, still, $120 and some stuff. I know what the market value of it is, so I'm not going to go below $225. There's more I could add of that, but I'm just going to move on right there to the end here. There was this one boy that came by, and I thought he was messing with me. Because he was funny. I don't think he was aware of how funny he was, but he came by and he asked me how much for the Xbox Series S. And I said $225. He's like, oh, okay, $225, right. So he's looking over everything. And he keeps looking at the box. And he picks up the box, and he looks at it, he looks at me, and he goes, I want the box. $225 for the box. What? I was thinking, what does he think? $2.25 for the box? I didn't know what he meant there. I'm thinking, like, is he, like, highly advanced in his humorous abilities? It couldn't be more than 10. I was thinking, this is freaking hilarious. If he's going with a skit, going like, okay, $225 for the box. Can I have the box? I wish it was that. That would have made my day if this 10-year-old was actually trying to, like, get me and, just mess with me, going like, okay, for the box, okay. And it might have been that, I'm not sure, because he walked around and he picked up the Xbox 360 controller. And he looks at it, he goes, how much for the Xbox? And I was like, well, the Xbox is really not for sale. It's a demo unit. And he looks at me and he goes, how much for the controller? Like, I'm thinking, okay, little boy, do you have an Xbox 360? Do you need a controller? No, he didn't ask for that. He asked for the 360 first and then the controller. So now I think he's going to mess with me. So what's the answer if I say, like, well, you know what? You're good people. I'll sell the controller. That's the only controller I have with it, but I'll sell just a controller to you and leave the system without a controller. And then he would say, like, oh, no, just wanted to see if you would sell it. Funny kid. I would add more to this, but honestly, I'm about to keel over and fall asleep. It's been a crazy weekend. So, thank you all. Have a good night. Stay safe. I'll catch you tomorrow.